Do you ever get scared when you open a Honeywell Modutrol IV motor? It can be confusing with a lot of wires. Let me tell you what the wires are. So first, you typically will have a transformer. This isn't required, but the Honeywell Modutrol IV motor runs off of 24 volt, and a lot of times the transformer is installed inside the motor. So you'll have a transformer. If you supply external 24 volt power, you do not need a transformer. So you have 120 volts on the white and black. And then the two brown wires that go to T1 and T2 terminals here are the 24 volt that powers the motor. And now you need a control signal. In this case, this is a 0 to 135 ohm motor. So you have R, B, and W. R to B drives the motor in the clockwise position, which is typically for high fire, and R to W drives the motor in the counterclockwise position, which is typically for low fire. And then a lot of times you will also have these optional switches. These switches can get plugged in, and these switches are end switches, and they allow a flame control like a 7800 or a fire eye to know which position the motor is in for light off and high fire purge. So the red cam is typically for the light off position, and the blue cam you adjust for the purge position. You can also on these motors have control from 0 to 10 volts DC and 4 to 20 milliamps. There will be a module in here. Sometimes the module can plug into the motor, sometimes the module is permanently installed, but it'll look different, and there will be a white module here, and that's how you'll know that the motor is controlled by those two ways instead of the 0 to 135 ohms. If you want to learn more about your motor, the data tag is on the side of the motor, and you can look up the model number. There are a ton of Honeywell Modutrol IV motors and variations, so just because you see one motor, don't assume it's like the rest of them.